I mean, I see people do actually waste a lot of time in social media and everything nowadays, and they do not really get anything out of it. I'm sure you'll land a job pretty soon. I mean, the job market is quite tough nowadays. There's so many people who want to get a job, and getting a government job is very tough. I mean, I see people who've spent so many years just to clear a test, and let's be honest. I mean, it's difficult to clear a test, and then there's a lot of contacts that you need to clear those tests, or even after clearing a test, if to get actually appointed, there are people who have contacts. There are people who just give a call and they get their work done. There's a lot of money that you
Hmm.
have to give, so it's tough in today's
Yeah,
market.
but if your basic
Hmm.
good or you're good at your basic, whatever you are going to prepare, whatever you are
Hmm.
going to do in your life, if you're good at basic, like
Hmm.
I am learning English, like I have been
Hmm.
learning English 1.5 year ago. But
Hmm.
that time when I started my journey from scratch, I was totally zero, you can say. I was
Hmm.
a beginner, totally beginner.
Hmm.
But I used to read books. It's reality and it's true. I
Hmm.
had a little bit knowledge, then I started talking to people and I got.
You should be entertained, but because otherwise it'll seem like a homework, and how much can you watch if it is just being forced on you? But be an active listener as well. Find words that you can use. Find these idioms that you can use, and make sure when you find something you write it somewhere with you. Otherwise you'll forget it, and then there's no chance you can find it again. It might just be lost forever. So write it down somewhere with you, and make sure you're going through them from time to time. And then if you have any doubt about how it is pronounced, just google it there and then. That would help you a lot. And then maybe you can try doing it for some period of time, and if you feel there's some improvement, you can again subscribe for some sessions here, and then again get a professional feedback on that. So that might help you. Yeah. Is there
Definitely
anything
I
else that
will.
you want to also, I'm sure.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Nobody wants to hear the truth nowadays. Everybody wants to hear the lies. Everybody wants to, be appreciated. But if somebody tells them the truth or shows them the mirror, people actually hate that. But I mean, there are very few people who actually have the courage also to speak truth. So I think that's a good thing if you have that. However, you also mentioned that you used to read the books, and that's how you became fluent, and that's how you were able to talk to people in English. So, what kind of books did you read?
I used to read, ma'am, like storytelling, like I'm
Hmm.
unable to recall that book's name. Moral stories.
Okay.
They were short stories, and I used to read
Hmm.
a lot again and again that story. So that's why
Hmm.
I got or found a lot of things in English
Hmm.
language. Then I started utilizing, using those things like
Hmm.
idioms, phrasal
Hmm.
verbs, or short sentences.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's how I
Hmm.
got fluency. And just
Hmm.
I'm trying to reduce my rate of speech. Sometimes I speak very fast, sometimes I speak.
Yeah, that happens. I mean, it's difficult here in India because nobody around us really talks in English, so it becomes a little difficult for us to speak. But I'm sure with the kind of efforts that you're putting and with the kind of hard work that you're doing, you'll be able to do that with the right kind of guidance, of course. And I'm sure tutors here would be guiding you into a correct path. So I'm sure it will happen sooner than later. Uh, this is the
Ma'am, this
last
is my
section.
last
Okay.
session.
No, that's all right. I'm sure you do not
I-
make as such mistakes. Like there was a mistake infection and affection, but then you can always keep on practicing. Here you get the guidance, but what you do behind the screen is more important. I have seen a lot of people who come here to attend the sessions, and whenever we tell them something like you have to do this, you have to do that, they don't do that. And it's difficult for them to improve because it's just like saying that I'm going to a class and I'll just study here and I won't do any homework, I won't do any self study, but I want to improve. That cannot happen. At the same time, I've seen a lot of people also who put in that hard work from their end, are very consistent, they go over and beyond. Like if you just tell them that you just study about it a little bit, they'll do a lot of things, and they're able to improve. So yes, I mean, practicing is one part of it, but doing work from your end, and you can practice on your own as well. That's also very important. So I'm sure if you keep on doing that, you will definitely improve for sure. Okay.
Yeah, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
This is my first priority because I don't practice as a lawyer in High Court or District Court. But I think I should have done
Mm-hmm.
already, but I don't like. And so that's why my whole family members, they always scold me, and they, before yesterday or day before yesterday, they called me and they were suggesting me to go practice as a lawyer, and I denied. And I told them I'm not gonna do anything. Just I want to become a teacher or
Mm-hmm.
anything in English language. So because they know he speaks English well, and my brother, he also knows about me, and so they are happy because I'm able to speak in language. If I talk about my more than 10 village or 15 village, most of the people they know. Otherwise, they don't. Even the people they don't know how to speak sentences, in English language. But I'm able to speak. I'm totally Hindi medium, ma'am. And even though 1 year ago I used to study in Hindi, but I don't know
Mm-hmm.
what happened to me, and I started learning English.
Hmm. That's all right. I'm sure it's going to be all good. And yeah, that's great with the kind of hard work that I'm putting. I'm saying that thing only when, there's no environment of speaking English around you. Still, you're doing all of this hard work. It's tough to do. I understand that. Even I come from a small town and I understand how difficult it can be to learn a language where nobody speaks that language. You try to talk to them, but they won't know that. I mean, in my case, because I was in school at that point of time, people used to also make fun that, oh, she thinks so highly of herself, she's trying to speak in English. What would you do at that point of time? What options do you have? So it becomes tough in the kind of environment that we come from. I totally understand that. But I
Yeah.
would like to know from you, what kind of environment was there in your school time? Did you get good English speaking environment, or I understand a lot of teachers who teach English are also not good teachers because they teach it like a subject, not as a language. So, how was your experience like?
My environment was really totally 100% Hindi medium, ma'am. And even though I didn't know how to make sentences when I
Hmm.
was doing my graduation or LLB,
Hmm.
when I came to Prayagraj, so then I got a chance. I found few people, they were good at English language. Then I started talking to them. And
Hmm.
before that, I didn't have a chance. And even though I didn't have a smartphone or mobile,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
every middle class family have a lot of things to do.
Hmm. 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 I understand, totally understand. Yeah, that's something even I can relate with because growing up, even I did not have a mobile, or there were no apps like this as well. I mean, to be honest, even if I had a mobile, I believe internet was very expensive. It was not available on mobile at that point of time. First of all, when it even became available on mobile, it was very expensive. We could have not even thought of doing something like this because it would have cost a lot of money. And then there were no apps like this happened, I think, after COVID only. Before that, it was a dream, far sighted dream only. So I think having a mobile would have also not helped a lot. There was no Netflix that you could have watched something and learned. So there was no option at that point of time, I believe. But yeah, when you actually go out of your home, you realize you start finding people that you can talk to. You start making friends like that. So that helps, of
Hmm.
course.
Yeah,
So
ma'am. But if I talk about truth, so I liked a lot my past before 5 years. 5 years, before COVID, I used to talk with my friend, colleague, even though my old friends, they were nice to me. And because they didn't have a technology or like this situation, whatever we have
mm,
nowadays, whatever we are getting, this is
mm,
really worthless. Everyone like looking like they have a lot of their businessmen. Even they are not doing anything, even though they have a lot of things to do. If you say like this, oh please get me water or whatever you say to them,
mm,
definitely they are going to deny you. And
mm,
and they don't have time, even though your family or brother or sister or family,
mm,
if you ask something, definitely you are going to get rejected.
mm, mm.
you know
Absolutely.
so earlier, I think I had a nice time and I enjoyed a lot. I used to talk with my family. I used to play cricket a lot, even though I had a pet, you can say dogs. So they were nice to me. and but I didn't have like this fluency in English language. Even though I didn't know how to make sentences, but I don't know I'm good or not. I'm happy just because I'm very confident now,
Hmm.
and you can say I'm able to speak. So uh, I think this is a good, but sometime I think about my past.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think when you look back in retrospect, there are a lot of things you realize you could have done differently. But that's just because you know how they resulted. So you're seeing it from a point where you have that experience, you have that learning. But at that point of time when you were doing it, there was no chance you could have known how it would turn out to be, and you could have done anything differently. So I think that's true for everybody. Whenever I think anyone looks at their past, they would have these regrets that okay, maybe if I did this, this would have been different. But at that point of time, there's no chance you would have known how it would turn out to be. So you did whatever you thought was the best. But now that this is your last session, how do you plan to practice after that?
Ma'am, I think you observed me a lot, and you know how can you teach me or how can you make me understand? Because I
Mm-hmm.
don't have left any session. This is
Mm-hmm.
my last one. Just you can make me understand, or you can guide me. You can
Mm-hmm.
give me proper guide. Guide
Mm-hmm.
to whatever you can understand. You are my
Okay.
tutor or guider or my
Okay.
senior.
Um, because time is about to end, so let me give you that as a feedback, because there's no other feedback that I have. You speak good. What you can do is maybe watch something in English. So if you have Netflix, and it costs really less, if you want to get it on your mobile, it costs like 100 rupees per month. Even if you don't have that, there are a lot of websites that give you free movies, free series, or a lot of things. Even on YouTube, watch something in English. That will help you a lot. In what ways? Right now, if I have to say a sentence like I don't want to do it, I can say I don't want to do it. I can also say I don't feel like doing it. I am not up for it. It doesn't match my taste. um, I don't feel like doing it. So there are a lot of ways to speak even a single thing. You discover all of these ways when you watch something in English. So watching something is very important because it helps you understand how can you speak in these different ways. Also, we Indians, when I initially also started speaking in English, I used to speak the way we read from books, just in a single line. Like, I have this book, let me give you an example. I must have died, the woman thought she was drifting high above spires of the old city. But that's not how you talk. When you talk, there's a lot of tone, there's a lot of highs, lows, right? Your mood should be depicted by it. When you watch something in English, you learn that also, that how can you do it. So it helps you with all of that. Now watching something is different and speaking yourself is different, so make sure that you keep on speaking as well. Now the sessions have ended, so maybe you can find a friend you can talk to, and even if you do not have anybody else in a room, make sure for at least 30 minutes a day you speak something. You can imagine you're talking on the topic, you're giving a TED talk, anything, you're giving an interview, but speak something in English, or take a random topic that you're passionate about and speak about it. That will give you a chance to learn all the idioms, all the new words that you might have learned. That'll give you a chance to use them, and that will make you fluent as well. But with that, make sure that you're also speaking to a human being. Why? Because when you speak alone, that's all right. You don't have anybody to judge you, so you become very fluent like that. That happened with me. When I started working on my English, I would speak alone and I was very fluent with that. When I came in front of another human being, I started stuttering because it makes you nervous, because you don't have practice of speaking with another person, and the presence of person just makes you underconfident. So make sure that maybe, with a friend or somebody you're speaking, if not daily, maybe once a week or twice a week, but don't lose that practice of speaking in front of humans as well. So that's what I have for you. Do you have any doubts, any more questions that I can help you up with?
I have many more questions.
Yeah, you can.
Because I'm not, satisfied. You can say I'm satisfied.
Mhm.
Whatever you suggested me,
Hmm.
but not my English. It's
Hmm.
reality, and I think you know.
Hmm.
Just
Hmm.
I One ask you, what can I do to improve my pronunciation?
Pronunciation again, like when you watch something in English, I would advise you to watch something good, right? From people you know they speak good English. It can be native English speaking things, or it can be from like good shows, good interviews. That can help you give an idea of how to pronounce something correctly. The second thing is, if you get any, when you're maybe reading something, you get any doubt of how it is pronounced, you can just Google it, and there's option of a speaker, you can see how it is spoken, and that'll be taken care of. You just have to make that effort of actually googling something and seeing how it is pronounced. But again, if you watch something in English, you'll get a lot of clarity of the pronunciation as well, because you'll be hearing words, you'll be hearing the correct pronunciation of the words. And then when you're watching, watch it for the entertainment value 100%. My name is Asmita. I've been born and brought up in Himachal Pradesh, and I'm currently putting up there as well. Professionally, I'm pursuing a PhD in the field of microbiology, and I have been a spoken English coach for past more than 2 years now. And yeah, I love reading. I love exploring new things, new places, and that's pretty much it about me. Okay.
Great.
Well,
Nice
well,
to hear you.
thank you so much. Moving to the topic for today, it's pets and companionship. Is that something you're comfortable talking about, sir?
I'm very comfortable, ma'am.
Okay, that's good to know. Okay,
But
so. Hmm,
sometime I get stuck.
hmm,
Sometime
hmm,
whenever I see good topic.
that's all right. That happens because of lack of practice. I'm sure the more you'll practice, the better it will become. Okay. So first of all, I'd like to know, do you like animals?
I like, I like
Hmm.
animals.
Okay.
Why not? And I had many dogs earlier, and
Hmm.
just they were died accidentally. It was
Hmm.
my bad or their bad, and I don't know what happened. Just they got sick and
Hmm.
they died accidentally, or you can say
Hmm.
people they killed them, and who knows, because I
Hmm.
didn't know, and that time I was living outside, so my father or family members they were at
Hmm.
home, and but they didn't care.
Hmm.
They had also work, so they were busy their work,
Hmm.
and my dog were playing outside in the garden, but I don't know what happened, they got a sick, and but they were very nice, like beer, I think beer.
Hmm.
Hello.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
they were very sweet, and
Hmm.
everyone you can say uh, liked them, and but I don't know what happened. They died accidentally, so that's why I quit. Because I don't have
Hmm.
any pet.
Hmm. So was it heartbreaking for you when they died?
Oh my God, I cried a lot, ma'am, because
Hmm.
they were very nice to me, and they always protect us, because all
Hmm.
family members they were giving everything, and whenever I call them, they immediately
Hmm.
come to me,
Hmm.
and sometimes they hear my voice very well.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. So, how old were you when you got your first dog?
I was 18,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
18, yeah,
Mm-hmm. Okay. And how did you spend your time with the dog?
with them. So I already told you they were very nice, and they always used to play cricket. Whenever I go outside, used to
Mm-hmm.
go outside. So I carried them as well, and then I started playing cricket. They uh, used to play with themselves, and yeah, I did a lot of with them, but I don't know what happened. Accidentally, automatically they died, and then my heart was totally broken, and so that's why I never ever tried to have any pet so far.
Hmm. Okay. Got it. That's all right. That's
But I
quite
think
understandable.
it doesn't matter if you have a pet or not. Just if you have a good family or friends, doesn't matter friends or family. But human beings, it must be. If you have, definitely you will get. or you will
mm,
get everything like sympathy or love and infection, and you can share your thought or idea, whatever you want to do or whatever you have desire to talk with them to them. So you can tell them, and definitely if they have knowledge, and if you want to talk to them like a normal uh, talk, so definitely you can, but if you
mm,
don't have a good family or friends or good human beings, so definitely you will feel
mm,
lonely, or then you will become overthinker, because you think a lot about your family, or about your situation, whatever you are having.
mm,
Then people think that, okay, let's have a pet.
mm,
Any
mm,
pet.
mm. That's all
But I
right.
think no need.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. So you said infection. It should be affection. The correct word is affection.
Affection. Yeah, my pronunciation is really not like
Hmm.
bad, very bad.
Hmm. That's all right. Okay. Um.
Affection.
So now that you do not have a pet of your own, but do you like if play with random animals that you find on street or maybe somebody else's pet if you have your friends that have pets also, do you like to spend time with them? Do you like to play with them?
Yeah, I do. I do play with them, but I think people, they nowadays they always try to have a pet, but I don't think like this, because they have a lot of time, but they always utilize their time using or scrolling short video or watching
Mm,
unnecessary things, and
mm,
they don't get anything from that things, but even
mm,
they waste a lot of time. Like me, I always not use like my time. I always scroll short video, I watch a movie, unnecessary movie, and I
mm,
spend my time. So that's why I don't get anything so far. I couldn't get even a good job, because I was so brilliant. I was intelligent. My whole family members are villagers. They
mm,
uh, liked me a lot. They used to talk to me a lot, because I was so brilliant and my communication skill was so
mm,
smooth. But I don't know what happened. I couldn't get any job and clear any job. And so far now I
mm,
am struggling a lot to get a private job.